Alright, y'all, what's going on? Smokey J Gang. We back with another one. This is Tom Macdonald, Whiteboy. Y'all already know I'm a fan of his, and how he spit them bars is lyrical. But on that note, we gotta go and get into this. So let's get into it. Smokey J Gang, you already know.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never.
He said, "Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in the noose." You got a point. Like, just cause one cop out here did something bad, don't make all cops bad. One white cop did something bad, even if another white cop did something bad, don't make the next white cop a bad person or a racist cop. Straight up.
Burn the crotch or hit my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat every
facts. You can't just sit there and relate me to some that my parents did way back before or my grandparents did way back before I was alive. You can't just put me in that position because they did it. Straight up. That ain't me. Just cause my parents or my grandparents was doing that to y'all, that was before I existed. Like that's what Tom's saying. Like you can't just put me in that position.
to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed because of my pretty blue eyes.
He said, I refuse to be ashamed of who I am just because I have the skin color of people that's, to some white people that's out here doing wrong. But just because I got the same skin color as them don't mean that I'm doing the same shit that they doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what Tom trying to say. Like, don't put me in that position.
White supremacist. Anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil. Neo-Nazi.
He said, I'm not the white devil.
Trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy.
He said, white boy, don't say that. Cause they used to tell a lot of white folks, well, don't say the N-word and don't do that, and because of white people, some of white people history of what they did to slaves and stuff. So, but it's a new generation. To be told, it's white people out here saying the N-word, but they use it with an A, not with the ER. Because some white people I know that's down here in the South say the N-word, but they use it with the A. They don't come up to me and say the whole N-word with the ER, because that's disrespect. But down here we approach people, be like, what's up, my nigga? Like, that's how a white person approaches, because they known. Like, you got to be known down here to say that. You can't be just a white person that's new to the town and come down here and say that, because you would get beat the fuck up. But if they've been knowing you for years and you've been around black people for years, you can say it because you ain't saying it in a disrespectful way. But that's just how it is, because this is a new generation. Now, back probably in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 80s and stuff, a white person probably wouldn't even be allowed to say that. But it's a new generation. It's in the 2000th century. So a lot have changed. So I think it's okay for a white person to come up to me and say, what's up, my nigga? Because it's respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's out of respect. Like, they respecting me. They ain't coming up to me and just saying, oh, you were with the ER. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's ass whooping time. But I really do think it's okay for a white person that I know, that's my friend, and that I've been close to for years, that I've known for years, that I went to school with or something like that, to come up to me, come around me. We can be conversate. It's okay for you to say that, as long as you put it with the A and not the ER. I think it's okay. And that's just my opinion. I think it's okay, and a lot of people around here is okay with a white person saying that, as long as you don't put no disrespect to it. And they got, like I say, they got to know you. You just can't come up to a black person that's new to the town and you a white person and come up to a black person and say that, because you will get beat the fuck up. They got to know you. They got to been knowing you for some years for you to say that. But they know if you've been knowing that black person for some years, you will get you won't want nothing happen to you. It'll be okay, because I done had white friends that called me that, but they said it with the A word. They said that, "What's up, my nigga? What's up? What's up?" That's how they come to me. "What's up, my nigga?" And I be like, "What's up, my nigga?" It ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you use it with the ER, that's a whole nother thing. Like I say, it's a new generation. And back in the days, you wouldn't probably get away with that shit. But it's a new generation. It's the 2000th century. So when white people approach their best friend that's black, or somebody they've been knowing for years that's black, and they say, "What's up, my nigga?" it's okay. Because then now we living in a different generation, in a different time zone. It's okay. We ain't so judgmental about that N word no more. Straight up. I know I ain't.
Sitting next to me. I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy.
Facts. Like, just because somebody black sitting next to me drinking, like, there ain't nothing wrong with that to me. He black drinking and I'm white just sitting there with nothing in my hand. Like, I don't see that. That's his habit. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Straight up.
If a black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy.
Facts. We all bleed the same. All of us. Straight up.
They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. It's white and he rags. He stole the culture right from the flags. Okay, it's fire, but we lit the flame. We siphon and gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. Letting history perpetuate the hatred within. And then you paid me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah.
Damn. That's a bar. He had a couple bars in there. I just let it keep going, but he had a couple bars in there.
Perpetuate the hatred within. And then you paid me with the brush.
Then you paint me with the brush.
You painted slave owners with. Yeah.
You painted slave owners with. Damn. And that's exactly how white people be. Like, don't say that. Like, if you want to speak on slavery or something, because they teach you that in history class, where they try to teach you a little bit of, they don't say all about what really happened. But they teach you about it, what's in the book or whatever. But yeah, a lot of people like, oh my God, did he just say that? Like, some white people grow up and like they look up to black people. Like, man, this been my homeboy. This like a brother. She like a sister. Like, it's like I say, it's a new generation. Like, all this slavery stuff back in the day, it don't affect the new generation of white people. The new generation of white people, that doesn't affect them because they actually come together with black people. That's why I say if we come together, we'll be stronger than ever. Don't let this world divide us, because it's trying to do it. Trust and believe it is. Facts. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you grew up around black people and you want to say this and that, and the black people okay with it, then say it. If your black friend okay with whatever you got to say and however you speak to your black friend, and your black friend says it's okay to talk around him like that, or not talk around him racist and stuff like that, not like that, but the same way as a black person talking, a white person want to talk like that. If the people you around with and you raised up with, if they say it's okay, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't. If you get around other people and they go, "Why are you doing this? Why you doing?" Because you can. Like, you have the freedom of speech. You can say anything you want to, and as long as your friend cool with it, fuck what everybody else think. Straight up.
Sister with auntie and uncle and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you want to hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless, and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Just stop before you say it. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads.
Facts. He said no one that I ever called a friend was owned as a slave. Straight up, like I said, this is the 20th century. Like, none of this slavery stuff, most of it is gone, and now partial of it is still here. But in most states, it's gone. Straight up. Like, we ain't finna live in the past. He said most of his friends, black friends, wasn't slavery, wasn't owned to be a slave, you know what I'm saying, wasn't a slave. That's what he pretty much said. So he was like, y'all can messing with that bullshit, straight up.
No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads. Sakes acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer when I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given, or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with.
Facts. I won't sit here and judge a white person because of what his ancestors did. No, and I don't expect a white person to sit up here and judge me because of, if they did something to their ancestors in the past. I wouldn't want my white friend to sit up here and judge me for what my ancestors did, and I wouldn't sit there and judge my white friend for what his ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging you. You ain't the issue. So why would I sit here and be like, well, you and your grandmother? No. But see, most parents raise their kids that way, straight up, and it's still going on to this day. Most parents raise their kids to be racist, to be biased, and like a certain type of girl or like a certain type of boy due to their skin color. It's still going on to this day, and it's fucked up and it's crazy. Because I date all type of race. I like them all. Like, I don't sit here and go, no. I dated black people, white people, shit, Mexicans, Chinese. I don't care. I don't sit here and judge. Like, my parents raised me to not judge a book by its cover and sit there and judge a person because their ancestors did this and that. Straight up.
White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the people who monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoil. Got no patience for Nazis, I think they're better off dead. They're fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourself
He said, don't violently attack me for wearing braids in my head. Black people ain't the only one that can wear braids. Like, come on. That's why I say we so divided. Oh, every white person wearing braids like that. So, what the fuck you mean? I thought this was the land of the free. Now, come on now.
Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't because they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the same and judge you profusely because the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem, and you owe it to yourselves. We got so much in common.
Facts. We got so much in common. Put that racist bullshit aside because we got so much in common. Straight up. And that's why I got a lot of white friends. A lot of white classmates that I've been hanging around today. Like, so what if he a country boy or whatever he do besides that? So what if he dip tobacco, whatever he want to do? I don't care about that. What matters is we got something in common. Because every time we get it around each other, we conversate. And it's a good conversation. We can connect. Straight up. Hey, Tom, he made a statement in this. I like this song. Straight up, I do. Because he made a statement. Don't sit there and judge somebody. I hate when a person does that. Oh, he did that, his ancestors did this, so he probably know. Give that person a chance. I mean, damn. Straight up. That's crazy. But on that note, y'all, I know we got some Tom fans in the Smokey J gang. I already know we do, but you already know I'm a fan. I like the song. On that note, y'all tell me what else. What the fuck? That was you, Vaughn.
No, it wasn't me.
What was that? Oh, shit. I didn't know what the hell that was. But on that note, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I want y'all to make the video that long, but y'all know how it is when I get to conversating. Especially when the song get deep. And I love songs that get deep and speak facts and make a statement. But on that note, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment below what you want me to do next. Give it a like, share it. And y'all gonna catch me in the next video. You already know. I'm out.